Hi everyone and welcome to Protocol 36, and in today's video we'll be discussing whether or not Miles Morales Spider-Man will get the black suit in Marvel Spider-Man 2, which was suggested by Bubblegum YT, who has a YouTube channel of their own, so I really recommend you guys to check it out. Link will be in the description down below. But before we get started, if at any point you enjoyed this video, I really appreciate if you could drop a like, as that would really help out the channel. Thank you. We know that in Marvel Spider-Man 2, at some point the OG Spider-Man Peter Parker will get the Venom Symbiote in the game's story, since the black suit is not only one of Spider-Man's most iconic suits, but also the most important when it comes to the symbiote storyline and other stories that recently came out. For Miles, even though he had experience fighting symbiotes in the past, he never really had his own symbiote suit like Peter Parker did, which kind of makes sense since just because Peter Parker had something in the comics doesn't mean Miles should too, as there are completely different characters who happens to be close, team up, and both share the title of Spider-Man. There was at one point during the Absolute Carnage comic event where Miles did get a version of the symbiote in his comic run where it was tied into the story, which had him be bonded to an offspring of the Grendel symbiote, which was one of the dragon symbiotes created by Null. And thanks to the symbiote, Miles gained extra limbs, which looks pretty terrifying to be honest. So Miles did get a version of the symbiote in the recent comic book story, but I personally do not think that Miles Morales will get his own version of the symbiote suit, other than an alternate suit. And what I mean is that in the main canon, the only suit I can see Miles wearing is his classic, or at this point, his upgraded red and black suit. But when it comes to alternate suits Insomniac could add for Miles in Marvel Spider-Man 2, then I definitely think we'll get a variant symbiote design, like his very own version of Peter's classic black suit, but of course for Miles Morales, and how it could look on this suit instead. So I can imagine Insomniac designing their own symbiote suit for Miles that isn't canon to the game. One of the reasons why is because the symbiote Miles received in the Absolute Carnage comic tie-in isn't even the classic Venom symbiote, just a completely different one. And I can't imagine Insomniac taking a lot of elements from that story, especially when it's about Carnage, Null, and pretty much the entire Clintar race, which we're probably not going to see since the Venom symbiote might be man-made in the Insomniac Marvel universe. But that is something we just have to wait and see. Either way, it's safe to say that we won't see both Carnage and Null in the game. Also, the other reason is one of the more obvious ones, and that is Marvel Spider-Man 2 is a Peter Parker game, making him the main character and overall protagonist. Having Miles also have a symbiote would kinda take that away, especially when the game already has a lot to deal with, like I mentioned in my past videos, such as Kraven the Hunter, the Osborn family, Dr. Connors possibly turning into the Lizard, and maybe, just maybe, introducing Eddie Brock in the flesh this time, possibly having him become Venom, like he's always been in the source material, the Ultimate Comics, and most other adaptations of Venom. I do think Miles will play a major role in the game's story, even have us play as him now that he's also Spider-Man, whether we get to willingly or not. But one of the other things we talked a lot about on the channel is being able to fight against Peter Parker in the black suit as Miles Morales, and helping Peter get rid of the Venom symbiote thanks to Miles' Venom Blast abilities, and even discover one of the symbiote's most popular weaknesses, and that is of course loud sounds. So I personally really hope that happens, as not only would that be a lot of fun, but also story-wise it will make a lot of sense. So yeah, I don't think we'll see Miles don a Venom symbiote suit of his own, unless it's an unlockable suit, and I could be wrong and they could have him wear one for a split second, but overall I just don't think so, and they could just focus on Peter instead, which makes more sense, as they should. However, what about you guys? Do you think Miles Morales will get his own version of the symbiote suit in Marvel Spider-Man 2? If so, if not, let me know in the comments down below. I would love to hear your thoughts. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter. If you enjoyed this video, please like, and one more, subscribe. To begin, Protocol 36.